Hey guys, Mono here. I am finally back on YouTube, finally back on Hella Loose after taking 2 months off to do a bit of studying and a bit of personal improvement, if you will. But now I've finally gotten to play some proper matches, and I think there's a lot of things that I want to talk about. Over the past 2 months, Hella Loose has gone through some major shakeups. There's been the return of the PTEs, which directly resulted in the run speed from Update 14 getting reverted, which was amazing. The British weapons got reworked, there's a practice range now, so I had to do a lot of catching up and reading some telegrams that I didn't bother to read before, and I have to say the communication from the devs has improved significantly from what we were getting before. I think we're getting some insight into the decision-making process for things like the armor rework that they're thinking about, the possible changes to the artillery/recon gameplay loop, which I absolutely despise. And they even mentioned a new type of garrison that they're thinking about implementing to solve some of the issues that garrisons currently have, like the fact that, it's very easy to tell where a garrison is. So I think that's really interesting. We didn't really get that insight before with Black Matter, the original developer of the game. So I think it's amazing to see that work in progress of the just the planning phase of these changes and being informed of what's going on regarding those changes. Now, I think from inception to actually seeing those changes in the game, it's going to take a lot more time than people think, because people often underestimate how much work needs to be done for these changes. But anyway, despite all this improvement on communication, something was still lingering in my mind. Was Hella Loose still actually good? And I have to say, going back to it after like 2 months of not playing, I am very glad to say it does not feel much different from the Hella Loose that was in my mind or in my memories. And that's actually a really good thing, but there's also some very, very bad things going on. So first of all, the run speed, the reworked run speed is awesome. I'm not as sure what percentage we are over the pre-update 14 speed, but I think it feels great. It's pretty much the same run speed I think we had before update 7, where it got secretly nerfed with absolutely no patch notes indicating that. So it's fast enough where running doesn't feel super slow, but also it's slow enough that the wrong movements, whether that's running across an open field or flanking to take down a garrison that you find is actually not there, they both carry a significant penalty in terms of time wasted. I haven't tried the British weapons too much because it's kind of hard to find a server actually playing those maps. After all, it's just 2 maps between all the other maps in the game, so it's not very often that you find them. And, people don't really like those maps very much, especially El Alamein. But I found the weapons not to be completely garbage as they were at launch. With this new rework, they are definitely more usable, though it will take some time to actually get good with them. Just like it did for me with the Soviets. I still don't like the Soviet SVT. Maybe that's just down to having more playtime with the Garand and the G43. But in any case, there's also some really, really bad shit going on. The prone while jumping has been removed. Why? Why did you remove this? Because now you've unintentionally blocked access to the second story of every single house in the Russian maps. I'm talking about Kursk specifically. You used to be able to get in these by design. That's why they have open windows and an area that you can shoot from and everything. But now you can't anymore, and that kind of sucks because those houses were pretty good. But yeah, then we have the other big problem, I think, which are the massive stutters. Now, I don't know if everyone's experiencing this. Please leave a comment down below if you are. But I'm pretty sure this comes down to the LOD changes that they made, because every time the previous team tried to do some fixes to the LOD issues, there would be significant repercussions in performance. And for some updates, the stutters were absolutely awful. Well, that's where we are right now. It's worse on some maps than others, but I think the stutters are back and they are stronger than ever. I think it was Kursk that I was playing the other day, where it felt like every minute and a half the game would freeze for a second, which is not what you want in a competitive multiplayer game. And lastly, there's the issue of player count, which has gone down a lot from around 8,000 in May to around 4,000 now, so that's about half the player base that we had just a few months ago, but I don't necessarily think that that's the devs being at fault for this, or that it's indicative of the health of Hell Let Loose or the player interest. It's just that 2023 has been an absolutely insane year for games. We've had BattleBit being released, then we had Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, the Cyberpunk 2.0 update, Armored Core 6, we had Tears of the Kingdom back in May, I think. Now there's the Spider-Man 2 game coming out. I'm interested in basically all of those except for maybe Starfield. But yeah, it's just crazy, and there's still more to come. So I don't really expect Hell Let Loose to fully recover its player base until maybe sometime next year, because it's just gonna get crazy for the next few months. There's gonna be a lot of players getting, some of these games for Christmas coming up. So yeah, there's just a lot of good games out right now. I'm really into Baldur's Gate right now, so I've been playing a lot of that instead of maybe jumping in for a quick round of a Hell Let Loose. But yeah, other things I haven't mentioned are the training range and the updated field manual, which I think might merit their own video. But for now, I have to say, once again, I'm having fun with Hell Let Loose. I think it's in a quote-unquote good state, except for that stuttering, which is extremely annoying. I hope they get enough feedback on that so they start working on a hotfix or something. But I think overall the devs are heading in the right direction. It won't be an easy road or a short one either. They're gonna stumble along the way, but I think the motivation is there, I think the understanding is there, and I think more importantly, the respect for the players is there. I think they've shown that in how quickly they brought back the PTEs once people complained about all the changes, and they were also quick to fix, the running speed and all of that. And they will be using the PTEs in the future to inform themselves of what the player base actually wants. I think that's the way forward for this game. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. And as always, I hope I will catch you in the next one.